Good afternoon, Sava here from Football Heritage TV. I hope everyone is well. Gonna try and make this video as positive as possible. Clutching at straws, lots of rumours flying around. Hopefully, some of them become true. Where shall we start? Today, we are going to talk about the rumours flying around in the last 24 hours that Jay-Z, hip-hop artist, music legend, Jay-Z, is going to put a consortium together to buy Tottenham Hotspur. We're also going to talk about Frank Kessie of Barcelona. These rumours have been doing the rounds for a year or so about Kessie coming to Tottenham. Could it happen? Also, it could be back on. Tosin Adarabioyo could be back on. It looked like he was going to Monaco, but Monaco have just signed Salisu from Southampton. Does that have a butterfly effect? And also, could Matthias Tell of Bayern Munich, the young French striker, could he be used as a bit of a pawn in the Harry Kane game? Let's get into it right after this. Yes, good afternoon. Okay, let's start with the crazy story that apparently Jay-Z, and if you type in Jay-Z Spurs, all of the publications across the world at the moment are going, hip hop mogul, this is going to happen. Jay-Z wants to buy Spurs. I mean, how much do we believe it? All of the jokes have started. He's got 99 problems, but he wants another one because he's going to buy Spurs. Can anyone see this happening? Of course, it wouldn't just be Jay-Z. But listen, I've heard crazier stories in football. Do I believe it? No, I don't believe a word of it. Could it happen? You never know. Rich people have rich friends, and rich friends put in lots of money to build consortiums. It would just be Spurs, wouldn't it? It would be such a Spursy story that someone who's got nothing to do with sport, nothing to do with football, puts a consortium together and they buy Tottenham Hotspur. I mean, I just don't know. My brain can't compute this. I mean, I'm at the stage where I'd let anyone buy the club off of Daniel Levy and Enoch. But, hey, I don't put a lot of weight behind this story. But what's the best joke you've heard so far about this? Is there any kind of weight to this? Is anyone going to lean into this to give it any credit at all? Hey, crazier things have happened. But that is the news going round, that Jay-Z and his consortium are looking at bidding for Spurs. I tell you immediately why I don't believe it is the number banded around was they were going to offer $2 billion for Tottenham Hotspur. Can anyone imagine Daniel Levy selling this football club for £2 billion after building that stadium that cost more than £1 billion on its own and for everything else that comes in revenue-wise? I think he's probably about $3 billion short, $2 billion short with that. So let's watch this one. This, to me, feels like it'll be a flash in the pan rumour, but stranger things have happened in football. Moving on. So Spurs wanted Frank Kessie. That was the noise last summer, that Spurs wanted Frank Kessie. We didn't get him. He went from AC Milan to Barcelona. I thought it was a bit of a strange one because for me, I like Kessie. I think he's a good player. I just don't think that he ever fits into that kind of that Barcelona way of playing. That's just my opinion. But we're going to go on and have a look at him in a minute. Before we do, I just checked. I typed in Kessie Spurs, and there were actually a number of rumours, all from around the 6th of May time, from the likes of The Sun, from Football London, from ESPN. There was even some reports from the Evening Standard that were all saying 6 months ago in the January window that Frank Kessie was an option for Tottenham Hotspur. Now, obviously that didn't happen. He didn't join us. He didn't join us last summer, but his name has come back again. Now, we all know that Spurs love to try and revive a deal that didn't happen. I mean, how many times have we tried to sign Adama Traore? How many times did we try and sign Berahino? How many times did we try and sign Moutinho, Leandro Demau, so forth? But Frank Kessie, why is he being linked to us? He's at Barcelona, I hear people say. Would he want to come to Tottenham? Let's have a look. So if I share my screen with you, you'll be able to, let's have a little look, a deeper dive into Frank Kessie. So hopefully you can all see that. So if we actually look at Frank Kessie as a player, where are we? We are right here. So Frank Kessie started his career in the Ivory Coast, obviously where he's now a full international for the Ivory Coast. Then moved over very quickly after 4 years after joining the youth setup. He went straight over to Serie A. Played 30 games for Atalanta, where he made his name, started his proper professional career. Then went on loan to Cesena, but it was when he then went on loan to AC Milan that everything started to happen for him. Now, what actually happened, if you look here, I'm sure you can see that, hopefully those numbers are big enough, that when he went to AC Milan, he's had 5 good seasons with AC Milan, where he's played a lot of football. 54 games, 42 games, 38 games, 50 games, 39 games. Also scoring a few goals in that time. He got 37 goals from midfield during that time. So a guy that can pop up into the box with a goal, good engine, good work rate, good tackle. Is he necessarily an out-and-out number 6? I don't believe he is, but he adds a different dimension to your midfield. For me, him and Basuma in a midfield too, with Maddison in front, would be perfect. I think that would be 2 powerful midfielders, good engines, good tackling, good work rate, and I think teams would find it hard to break that midfield down. Now, as you can see, he went to Barcelona last year, played 43 games, which shocked me. I didn't think he played as many as that, but played 43 games in all competitions, scoring 3 goals. So the question would be, why would Frank Kessie want to join Tottenham Hotspur? But Barcelona do have a lot of midfielders. They have got players like Frankie de Jong, like Pedri, like Gavi. Is he guaranteed a game? Now, they've just signed Oriol Romeo, who used to play for Southampton, of course. So they've just signed another player who's probably a little bit more similar to Kessie. Not identical, but probably in that mould, as opposed to De Jong, Pedri and Gavi type of players. So one to watch out for. I would take him. Lots of the noises are that if Højbjerg was to go to Atletico Madrid, this would be the type of player we bring in. Would you swap La Liga champions Barcelona and Champions League football for Tottenham Hotspur? Just a question. Just a question. Let me know your thoughts on Frank Kessie. Do you like him? Would you sign him? Would he get into our team? Yes, he would. Moving on. So, Fabrizio Romano today, he broke the story broke in the last couple of days, but it's now been confirmed. I'm going to share my screen with you again, and this time we're going to have a look at Fabrizio Romano's Twitter page. As you could see here in Fabrizio Romano's Twitter page, he has turned around and said, Mohamed Salisu to AS Monaco, deal in place, medical booked. It's a 15 million euro fee to Southampton. 15 million euros for Salisu. 4 installments agreed. Wow. And player in Monaco in 24 hours. Official statement expected next week. Now, why am I bringing up information about Salisu? Now, first and foremost, I would have taken Salisu compared to Dyer, Davis, Roden, Tanganga, Sanchez. I don't know, there's loads of them. They're all poor, aren't they? But that's not the reason why I bring him up. The reason that I bring him up is, does this have a knock-on effect with Tosin Adarabioyo? So Tosin Adarabioyo, it came out in the last few weeks or even a month ago that Spurs were interested in the Fulham centre-half. He's got 1 year left on his contract. And it was that Spurs were looking at him. Now, at the time, everyone thought, oh, it will be Tapsoba, Van der Ven, and then Tosin will be like our 4th or 5th choice centre-half. Now it looks a bit more like, hang on, he could walk into our team and be our 2nd best centre-half immediately and our best centre-half in the air. Let's be fair, he's much better than Romero in the air, but Romero's much better than him in other areas. Those two could potentially be a centre-half pairing. Now, it's not the Van der Ven that people want. It's not the Tapsoba people want. But it does seem like a Spursy thing to do. So and obviously he was linked with Monaco. Apparently he was, Monaco were the favourites for Tosin Adarabioyo to join. But they've now just signed Mohamed Salisu. So what does that mean? Are they going to get Tosin as well? Or does that now pave the way for Tottenham Hotspur to go and get Tosin? So again, lots of these reports, and this is how the transfer market works, isn't it? It's butterfly effects. This happens with one person, this happens with the next person. Butterfly, butterfly, butterfly. So let me know your thoughts. Will Tosin Adarabioyo come into Spurs? It seems like an obvious deal for me. It seems like a Daniel Levy easy deal. You're talking what, £20 million maybe, £18 million for a player in the Premier League on his last year of his contract, which is what Daniel Levy and Enoch love. They don't do the hard deals, but we do the ones with they've got 1 year left, don't we? Basuma, Maddison, for example, Solomon on a free. We like it when they've got 1 year left. So the last player I want to talk about today is Matthias Tell. Won't go too deep into this. Lots of reports the last 48 hours saying that the Bayern Munich striker, he only left to go to Bayern Munich last summer from Rennes in France. He's played 29 games this year, scoring 6 goals, but he's only 18 years of age. And he is very widely regarded as a very good prospect for the future. So would you sign him? Could he possibly be used as a makeweight in the Harry Kane transfer saga? Lots of reports saying that he could. I don't know. 2 and 2. Do you get 4? Do you get 400? Listen, one to watch out for. But let me know your thoughts. Please like, please subscribe. Thank you to everyone that's just helped me get over 8K. I'm moving a lot quicker than I ever thought, so I can only thank you for that. Thank you to all the new channel members. And we will be back tonight. It's myself, Sean from Spurs Talk Show, Haz from Southview Coys, and possibly one other person. We'll be doing live the Spurs review, 8 p.m. tonight. Join us. Please like, please subscribe, and thank you very much.